Kakalabas lang ng LAT results for this September 2024. Isa din po ba kayo sa nakaka-feel ng nervousness while waiting for the results? Meron ba tayong teachers dito? Hi po! Good evening! Hello, Teacher Vanessa. Good evening. And I'm so happy to share with you all teachers know that we had a passing rate of 98%. Imagine, 98%. No, sobrang laki ng ating passing rate. And that itself actually speaks a lot how quality our materials are. And no, the power of preparation talaga. And then, no, aside from that, we also produced a top-notcher. No, dito sa review center natin, hindi lang license. Meron pang malaking chance na maging top-notcher as well. So, sa mga nanonood na hindi pa nakapag-enroll, do not hesitate to enroll now in our review center, Leap Review Center. How's the weather in your area today, teachers? Let me go first to... Umuulan po ba dyan? Kasi dito sa Cebu, it's actually rainy season, especially December. How about sa area niyo po? Umuulan. Oh, according to Teacher Rika, umuulan. Good thing dito ngayon sa area ko po, hindi na umuulan. But kanina, so, ang lakas ng ulan. That's why I also ask our admin to kanang if it's okay to have our review session at 7:30 p.m. Kasi po sobrang lakas talaga ng ulan. But good thing the weather is okay now. So hopefully po nasa in a good position and in a good place po kayo. So that very conducive yung place niyo no for learning and for the review. So let me go to ngayon po, we will have the subject. Um, okay, so we will have the subject po, field study and internship. So ngayon, we'll be learning actually po yung mga topics ng professional education. Parang nagja-jump lang siya sa iba't ibang subjects. Minsan po yung mga topics na we have discussed with other subjects, pwede siyang mag-occur sa ibang subjects din. No, that's actually what how nakakaganda ng professional education subject. So, again po, this is Teacher Angela. Ako po yung magiging lecturer niyo for this short live review po. So, we will be only tackling 5 items for this session. And then on Thursday again, we will have another 5 item lecture. And for Saturday, we will have the 20 items um, live review session. So are you all ready, teachers? Ready na po ba ang mga teachers natin dyan? Ready na po bang maging or yung susunod na magiging licensed professional teachers? Ready na po ba? Na nakaka-inspire yung mga nakapasa this September 2024. Actually, I also took my board examination on September, but it's different year, 2023. And now it's September 2024, and then we have a lot of passers, and then we have actually our review center produced a top-notcher that's actually a very great Christmas gift para sa ating lahat. So, okay, let's start. I guess everyone is ready. Our teachers are ready, hopefully. And I hope you'll participate po, okay? You can use the chat box to tell me your answers or so that I'll know what your answers are, okay? So hopefully everyone will be participative para meron tayong no magandang session for tonight. Okay. Now, let's start with number one. Okay, question number one. I'll hide first the chat box. Okay. Based on Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, PPST, Career Stage 1 beginning teachers have gained the qualifications recognized for entry into the teaching profession. What are other characteristics of a beginning teachers must have? First, they have a strong understanding of the subjects, areas in which they are trained in terms of content knowledge and pedagogy. Second, they possess the requisite knowledge, skills, and values that support the teaching and learning process. Third, they manage learning programs and have strategies that promote learning based on the learning needs of their students. And fourth, they seek advice from experienced colleagues to consolidate their teaching practice. Now, ano dito yung tumutukoy sa career stage 1 teachers or beginning teachers? A, 1, 2, and 3. B, 2, 3, and 4. C, 1 and 2 only. And D, all of the above. Let me see your answers. Ano po dito, no? We are talking about PPST, which is something na hindi dapat kalimutan sa pagre-review. PPST, ano po yung answers ng teachers natin? I still don't see someone answering. Okay, baka nagsi-think pa. Okay, Teacher Rika, B. Okay. Again, PPST, there are four stages, right? And now we are talking about the first stage, which is the beginning teachers or the career stage 1. Ano dito yung mga characteristics ng career stage 1? Okay? Okay lang po to commit mistakes for this review center, for this review session, for this journey of reviewing po. Okay? We are not aiming for perfection in answering. This is the best time to get wrong answers to learn. Teacher Vanessa and Teacher Janet, A and B. Teacher Janet, A. Teacher Vanessa, B. How about the others? Career stage 1. Okay? Which is talking about career stage 1. How about, hindi ako ang ganda ni... Hi, Teacher Baste. Okay po, ano po yung answer nyo? O, Teacher Baste, ano po yung sagot mo? A, B, C, or D? Okay, let's reveal the answer. Let me see. Oh, mahina net. Kaya nga po talaga super kasi it's rainy season talaga and it will really affect the connectivity of our internet. Okay lang po but hopefully you can still hear and then can participate if you can po. So let's have letter B kasi majority ng answers are letter B or is letter B. Okay, it's wrong, teachers. It's letter D po. All of the above is talking about the career stage 1. Ano po ba yung career stage 1 or beginning teachers? Okay, so let me go to the different window so that you can really see. Can you see po ba my screen? The career stages? May I hear an affirmation? Can you see po my yes, okay. Thank you, Teacher Janet. Okay, so career stage 1 teachers, no, they have in In this career stage, the teachers already have gained qualifications recognized for entry into the teaching profession. What are the qualifications? LPT ka na, licensed already. Next, you have a strong understanding of the subject areas in which you are trained, meaning you have mastery already, of course. You have a strong understanding with the subject that you will be teaching, with the pedagogies or with the teaching methods, strategies that you will be using. Next, you already have the requisite knowledge, no? Before and or when you are in career stage 1, meron na po kayong knowledge, meron na kayong skills, meron na kayong values that would support the teaching and learning process. Because of course, we have studied it for 4 years, right? In our baccalaureate. So in this stage, we are already expected, no? New teachers are already expected to have the qualifications needed to be in the teaching profession, to have a strong understanding of the content, to have the knowledge already, the skills and the values to help us know with the teaching and learning process. And the teachers also should be able to manage learning programs and strategies to promote learning based on the learning needs of their students. And lastly, as you are in this first stage or in the novice or beginning stage, so teachers, if sa choices po ng board exam or in the examination itself, walang beginning teachers but there are novice or new, then you answer that. Okay? But if the others exist, novice, new, but there's also beginning, you answer the beginning. Okay? Beginning teachers. So as a beginning teacher, you seek advice from the experienced colleagues, no? Especially those who are in the career stage 2 already, in the career stage 3 and 4. So we seek advice from them, no? And we consolidate their teaching practice. We ask, no, we observe, we um observe their how they teach, and then we can also adapt into that or modify so that we can also kanang adapt it and can use it and see if it's effective in our classroom instruction. Okay? So yan po yung career stage 1. So again po, how many career stages in PPST? Ilang career stage po? There are how many? Four? Four stages. Very good. There are four stages po ng teachers. Okay? Four career stages. Now, let's go back to the question. Now, you look at the first one. They have a strong understanding of the subjects, areas in which they are trained in terms of content knowledge and pedagogy. Check na yan, right? Next, they possess the requisite knowledge, skills, and values that support the teaching and learning process. Is it check po ba sa definition natin? Dito? Check pa rin. No, it's here. Okay? How about the next one? They manage learning programs and have strategies that promote learning based on the learning needs of their students. Yes, let's see if meron ba? Yes. Still, it's a check, no? Nandito sa career stage na ito. And lastly, they seek advice from experienced colleagues to consolidate their teaching practice. Meron po ba ito sa career stage 1? Is it a yes or a no? Yes, it's a yes, no? Nandito po sa last bullet. So again, the answer is all of the above. Again po, anong DepEd order yung PPST? Anong DepEd order ang PPST? Teachers? Yes? Ah, hindi pala kita yung all options. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Okay. I-adjust ko yung, okay, this one. Okay, teachers. Anong DepEd order ang PPST? Anong DepEd order ang PPST? DepEd order number 42. Very good, Teacher Vanessa. Series of DepEd order 2017. Ilang domains ang PPST? Ah, nasa ratio pala. Okay. Okay, so ilang domain? Ilang domains po yung PPST? Seven. Very good, Teacher Baste. Ilang strands? Ilang strands? How many strands po? Oh, walang nakasagot. Okay. That's your assignment. Ha? 37. Okay, very good, Teacher Rika. It's 37. Again po, anong dapat order yung PPST? Absent po. Absent po ata ako niyan. So, dapat po hindi tayo um mag-a-absent no every review session. So, I will be looking forward to seeing you, Teacher Baste, in every live review session. Okay? So, again po, DepEd Order number 42, series of 2017. Yan po yung PPST. Now, ano po yung, what does PPST stands for? It stands for PPST po. PPST. Okay, baka nagtatype pa yung mga teachers natin. Yung PPST po, meaning Philippine, very good. Please remember that, no? Especially the S. Sometimes may paganyan si PRC po. So, Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers. Again, Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers. So, DepEd Order number 42, series of 2017. It has 7 domains and 37 strands. And there are 4 career stages. Now, let's go to the career stage 2. Okay? So again po, you study this one. You watch our lecture or our video lecture about this one so that you can understand deeply the PPST. Okay? Kasi ito po yung topic na hindi natin dapat kalimutan sa pagre-review, teachers. So ano ba yung career stage 2? We are done with career stage 1, the beginning teachers. Now, if you are the next career stage for this if you are a beginning teacher, you'll be a proficient teacher, okay? And that is the career stage 2. And in this stage, you are expected to be independent in the application of skills vital to the teaching and learning process, meaning you already have your own. No, here in career stage 1, you consolidate their teaching practice, no, the pedagogies used. But here, you are now independent. No, you have already the mastery. You already know what are the best strategies, best pedagogies, best approaches to use in this topic, no, in this subject, no, so that you will have a meaningful teaching and learning process. Next, you provide they if you're in this career stage, you provide focused teaching programs that meet curriculum and assessment requirements. You also display skills in planning, implementing, and managing learning programs. Next, you actively engage in collaborative learning with the professional community and other stakeholders for mutual growth and advancement. And lastly, you are a reflective practitioners who continually consolidate the knowledge, skills, and practices of career stage 1 teachers. So if you are in this career stage po, it doesn't mean that you will not also consolidate the practices that a career stage 1 may implement or may use. Kasi po, you are a reflective practitioner in this career stage. So again po, just remember this one, you study this one, and as much as possible, you memorize. Okay? Now, in career stage 3, again po, these are all verbatim in PPST or DepEd Order number 42, series of 2017. These are all verbatim. So again, you study this one, you watch the lecture video or the video lecture for this one. For this career stage, no, you are called already a highly proficient teacher. You are a highly proficient teacher. Now, in this, the characteristics of teachers in this stage, they consistently display a high level of performance in their teaching practice. Also, you manifest an in-depth and sophisticated understanding of the teaching and learning process. Next, you have a high education focused situation cognition and are more adept in problem solving and optimize opportunities gained from experience. Next, the teachers here work collaboratively with colleagues and provide them support and mentoring. Okay? You are a mentor already in this career stage to enhance their learning and practice. And lastly, they continually seek to develop their professional knowledge and practice by reflecting on their own needs and those of their colleagues and students. Okay, so this is the career stage 3. Next, you're already a mentor here, and you have an in-depth and sophisticated understanding. And the last career stage, we have the distinguished teachers. This is the highest level. If you see in the board exam, the highest level of career stages for teachers. And then the choices or options are the career stage 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then the answer is no other than career stage 5. That's the highest. Okay? Now, if you are already in this stage, you embody the highest standard. And it's not just not you perform locally, but your influence is already global. So that your teaching is grounded in global best practices. You use your benchmark from the other countries when it comes to your teaching practices. Next, that you exhibit or they exhibit exceptional capacity to improve their own teaching practice and that of others. Next, they are recognized as leaders in education, contributors to the profession, and initiators of collaborations and partnerships. Next, they create lifelong impact in the lives of colleagues, students, and others. And next, they consistently seek professional advancement and relevance in pursuit of teaching quality and excellence. Lastly, they exhibit commitment to inspire the education community and stakeholders for the improvement of education provision in the Philippines. So ito po no, for example, the DepEd Secretary, he or she is in this stage already. Highest stage, distinguished. Those who have already contributed research globally or as extended research outside the country, they are in this stage already. Okay? So this is the highest standard for teaching or for teaching grounded in global best practices. Yung time po namin, the question is the highest level of career stage. So the answer is, no, obviously, career stage 1. So again, you read again and then you study this one, the 4 career stages in PPST. Okay? The answer is letter D po, all of the above. All or the answers or the options here actually talks about the characteristic of a beginning teacher. Next. Number 2. This domain values personal and professional reflection and learning to improve practice. It recognizes the importance of teachers assuming responsibility for personal growth and professional development for lifelong learning. What domain talks about this one? Is it A, domain 4, the curriculum and planning? Is it B, domain 5, assessment and reporting? C, Domain 6, community linkages and professional engagement. Or D, domain 7, professional growth and professional development. What's your answer, teachers? Again, you underline if you have already some clues or words that will actually help you in deciding an answer. Personal and professional reflection to improve practice. Teacher Janet, Teacher Vanessa, Teacher Rika answered letter D. Personal growth and professional development. Okay, how about the other teachers? Nandito pa ba si Teacher Baste? Ano yung answer mo, Teacher Baste? Domain 7, di po. Ang hirap naman. Teacher, no, sa una lang po yan mahirap. Sure na collaborate with stakeholders yung C. Oh, yes. Meron ng mga, ano si Teacher Rika dito, like mga clues or mga words that she can use to know what's the answer. Okay po? D? Okay, let's see if it's letter D. Actually po, sa una lang po ito mahirap and very confusing. Even me, when I was starting po, no, studying about this one. But as you go on, no, as you read again and again, then you will truly understand it. And then it will be really easy for you. And then once you know the PPST po, I mean, up a big part of Prof Ed is already secured na. Kasi most, this is no always occurring, always appearing sa professional education po talaga na subject. So D, yung answer ng ating mga teachers. Let's see. Okay, very good. It's letter D. Domain 7, personal growth and professional development. So dito po, no, we have already the clue, personal and professional reflection. So this talks about our professional development, our continuous no learning. So dito po sa ating rationale, we have here domain 7 focuses on teachers' personal growth and professional development. It accentuates teachers' proper and high personal regard for the profession by maintaining qualities that uphold the dignity of teaching, such as caring attitude, respect, and integrity. This domain values personal and professional reflection and learning to improve practice. It also recognizes the importance of teachers assuming responsibility here, as you can see in the question, for personal growth and personal development for lifelong learning. Very verbatim po sa DepEd Order number 42 series of 2017, the PPST. So I have also prepared here the for the other domains also, no? Domain that is part of the option. So here, why is the answer not A, domain 4, curriculum and planning? So sa curriculum and planning po, this addresses teachers' knowledge of and interaction with the national and local curriculum requirements. So again, the focus is on the curriculum, meaning curriculum, the what are the learning activities? Diba? We know the curriculum. And then again, the curriculum have different types also. We have written, right? We have the you watch that in our video lecture. There are different types of curriculum teachers. And then that is the domain 4 is all about. No, it's about the national and local curriculum requirements, the ability to translate curriculum content into a learning activities. And as a teacher, we transform, we translate the curriculum given to us, no, mandated by the DepEd. We translate that into a curriculum through lesson plan because lesson planning is already a curriculum teacher, right? That's a curriculum that is based on our own that we create, that is based sa DepEd, no? Sa Department of Education na curriculum, and we break it down to learning activities. So in this domain also, the teacher expects to apply their professional knowledge to plan and design, no, to individually or in collaboration with colleagues, well-structured and sequenced lessons. So professional knowledge or to plan and design, that's the time when you plan for your lesson. No, in the curriculum, maybe about animals, what are the expected competencies, and then you plan activities that would target, that would align to the competencies, no, provided by the DepEd. And then individually or in collaboration, we have the interdisciplinary activities, right, teachers? Wherein two or more subjects can actually work together to create a meaningful learning in a particular topic, right? So it can be individually or in collaboration with the other teachers. For example, us, no, sa science and mathematics. They can actually collaborate also. When it comes to the STEM days is actually fast approaching na next year. It's STEM days. And then the science and math collaborate, no, to have a meaningful learning for the learners. So they create learning activities, they create learning experiences, no, that would actually target the different competencies and skills that are expected from our learners. So that's also part of curriculum and planning. Now, these lesson sequences and associated learning programs should be contextually relevant, responsive to learners' needs, and incorporate a range of teaching and learning resources. The domain expects teachers to communicate their learning goals to support learner participation, understanding, and achievement. So again po, curriculum and planning, more on the planning and designing of learning activities, learning experiences that are relevant, timely, and responsive to learners' needs. Now, how about the option B, domain 5? So domain 5 talks about assessment and reporting. So this actually talks about the different assessment that you are using or you will be using to know if or to measure the learning of your students, to see if in the curriculum that you have created or in the learning experiences, if the learners actually achieved the lesson outcome. So that's when the assessment comes in, and the reporting that will actually help you to monitor, to evaluate, to document the progress of the learners. So from that assessment, you will know, you can report what maybe are the things need to be improved if the learners have achieved the outcomes, if there are progress, if they have um, accomplished the learning objectives. So that's what domain 5 is all about, assessment and reporting. So this also concerns the use of assessment data in a variety of ways to inform and enhance the teaching and learning process and programs. It concerns teachers providing learners with the necessary feedback about learning outcomes. This feedback informs the reporting cycle and enable teachers to select, organize, and use sound assessment processes. So again, no, in the curriculum and planning, you plan the learning activities. As a teacher, we are in the micro level, right? So the DepEd, for example, DepEd provides the curriculum. And then as teachers, we also break it down into learning activities. And for us to know if they have achieved or our learning activities are effective, no, are useful, then we use the domain 5, the assessment and reporting. And from that, we would know if our learning activities are effective, if they have achieved the learning outcomes. And then from that, we can report that, okay, this is effective. So this is good, no? I can still use this. Oh, this learning activity maybe is a little shaky. I think I can still improve this one or find another learning activities that is more suitable. That the assessment is very helpful, no, in deciding. And then from that, you will be able to select, to organize again your learning activities. Okay, so that's the use of assessment and reporting. And Letter C is not the answer because community linkages and professional engagement, okay, here, I hope you can see this here. This talks about connection with other, what? School community partnership. No, connection, collaboration between school and community. No, because again, it takes a whole village to raise a child. Now, from what country that saying from? Is it's from Africa, right? Remember that it's in our previous lesson, review lesson. So, again po, community linkages meaning the school extends learning to the community as well. No, because again, learning doesn't just start and stop and end in school, but it actually extends at the community, no, at home. So from this, that's why we have, no, in some schools, they have outreach activities. They have broad field activities. So in outreach activities, no, especially in private schools, they have outreach activities teachers. So in outreach activities, those pupils studying in a private school, because since they are not rich, no and privileged compared to the other people, they would visit other schools, public schools, or they would go to remote areas and then experience life there. And that is actually a very good example of community linkages. Now that learning extends not just in school, it extends outside the school, no? Community, school community partnership. Yan lang po yung clue natin. Community linkages, school community partnership. So it also expects teachers to identify and respond to opportunities that link teaching and learning in the classroom to the experiences, interests, and aspirations of the wider school community and other key stakeholders. It concerns the importance of teachers understanding and fulfilling their obligations in upholding professional ethics, accountability, and transparency to promote professional and harmonious relationships with learners, parents, schools, and the wider community. Actually, this domain is very easy to remember because as long as there's community, no, there's harmonious relationship with the school, home, with other key stakeholders, no stakeholders, the parents, the 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 learners, and the community. So again, no, when we say community linkages, it talks about school community partnership, no, school community collaboration. No, just like what Teacher Rika said, sure na collaborate, yung letter C, collaborate with stakeholders. So yun po yung clue natin. And again, for domain 7, talks about the personal growth and professional development. So it's actually already here in the STEM, no, in the question, this one. Personal growth and professional development. So for us to better understand, remember lang po that domain 1 talks about knowing what to teach and how to teach it. To teach it, content and pedagogy, right? Next, domain 2, maintaining learning environment. Maintaining a learning focused environment. Third, respond to learner diversity, diversity of learners, diba? Domain 3. 4, plan and design effective instruction. 5, use a variety of assessment tools to inform and enhance the teaching and learning process. Domain 6, the community linkages, talks about community relationships and uphold professional ethics. And the domain 7 talks about professional reflections and assuming responsibility for personal professional learning. Okay? So this is just a summary for you to understand the what each domain emphasizes. Okay? Now, I hope everything is clear, teachers. That's that. This item talks about domain 7. Okay? Let's move on to the next item. Number 3, this pertain to students' personal preferences, likes, or dislikes, which must be considered in the teaching and learning process. The first step to differentiate for interest is to find out what learners care about and like to do. Oh, first, or A, learner interests, B, learner needs, C, learner strength, or D, learner attainment data. What talks about the students or pupils' personal preferences, likes, and dislikes? Ano yung answer niyo, teachers? Again po, when you answer, I think it will be very helpful, just like me when I was taking my examination. I underline, I encircle words that I can use in helping me decide or helping me find the correct answer. So I believe you can also do the same. Oh, all our teachers answer letter A. Okay, let's see. Oh, Teacher Rika shared that she joined Leap Review Center to review. I still don't have TOR. I see po. So, hopefully, no, makaabot pa. If you have plans, at least you're already prepared. Kasi po talaga in lab, preparation po talaga yung best weapon. No, it's really the preparation. Ako po, I'm just lucky enough to take when I graduated, no, June last year. I took actually right away the board exam, and it's just lucky enough for me that our TOR was released. Maybe teacher, you can ask your school about that because some school would prioritize releasing TOR for those who will be taking the board exam. Yan po yung ginawa namin or ginawa ko. So that's why nakaabot ako sa right after I graduated, I took the board exam. So yun po. So ano po, letter A? Are you sure it's letter A, teachers? Yes, Teacher Basti, I would really suggest you read. Actually, short lang po yung DepEd Order 42, yung PPST. It just talk about Philippine professional standards for teachers. Just for us to know no anong career, what are expected from us, no, for a quality teaching, for a quality teacher. Yes, teacher, kasi po you will still be taking the board exam just like us, no? The questions would still be the same. So, hindi po talaga yung mag-iiba. So, might as well study po. And then it's just short lang, no? PPST, the domains po, if you can just understand what each domain emphasizes, then that's good to go na. And then the four career stages. That's it po. And you're good to go na. Okay? So teachers, answers letter A. Now let's see. Very good. So it's learner interest. Again, in our rationale, no, you can see that in the DepEd Order number 42, series of 2017, in the glossary part at page 25, learner interest pertains to students' personal preference, very verbatim, likes or dislikes. Interest, no, from the word itself. The interest, our preference. What are our likes? What are our dislikes? And then this is actually should be considered because again, no, the learners will not be attentive, will not listen to you, teacher, if the lesson, if the activities are not into their interest. No, it will not spark interest or attention. So the learner needs, what is learner needs? Learner needs is not the answer because it refers to the observable gap between the learner's present knowledge and competence and the curriculum standards identified as necessary for the grade level. So learner's needs po according sa PPST, no, when we say learner's needs, yan po yung gap. What is the prior knowledge or what's the knowledge already? What's the current knowledge of the learners? And the gap between what the learners know and no, the gap between what the learners what where is the learner the present knowledge and the knowledge po and the knowledge na hindi pa nila alam. For example, the knowledge that they will be going to tackle. If there's really no a big gap to that, that's the learner's needs. That's something that the teacher should work on. Okay? So it's hard man for me to read here in the rational. I actually also have um okay, prepared the definition here. So again, this is from PPST, no? DepEd Order 42 series of 2017. This refers to the observable gap between the learner's present knowledge or competence, and the curriculum standards. So this means that the kung sa ano nang alam ng learners ngayon at the standard or the competence of the curriculum, if they have achieved it or not. If hindi po, no, that's very observable na they haven't achieved the outcome. So there's really a need. There's a need for kanang for remedial instruction. There's a need for um not retake, but um how is it, like review, so that we can fill that gap. Okay, kasi meron ng, 'di ba, in the curriculum po meron na expected competencies, meron na expected um skills that the learners are expected to achieve. So if that in that grade level, then that learners still don't have that skills or competence or competencies, then that's really kanang very obvious, no, very observable that there's a gap, no, with the learning. So that talks about learner needs. Interest, the preference, likes or dislikes. When we say strength, it refers to the learner's present knowledge or competence that would help him to meet the new standard, not identified. For example, in grade 3, they should, for example, this is just an example, they should be able to, um, they should be able to, um, read. Oh, for example, read. So if in grade 4, um, if that if the student or the pupil already achieved that, then that would help him or her in grade when she become or he becomes or reach grade 4, 'di ba, to help him or her to kanang learn with the next competency or achieve the next competency. But if there's a learning need or a gap, then the learners, for example, in grade 3, they are expected to know how to read, but then the pupil still hindi alam paano mag-read, then there's a learner needs. No, that's talking about learner needs. So there should be a remedial or sometimes hindi ma-promote into the next level yung pupil. So learner strength, na-achieve niya yung curriculum, kaya that would actually help him to reach also the standards set for the next grade level. Learner attainment data naman, that's the evidence of learning, progress, or achievement in learner performance reflected in various assessment results, portfolios, class records, and report cards. So, learner attainment data that talks about the progress. No, for example, the cards. That's part of the learner attainment data. The grades, no, in the cards, and then portfolios, because it talks about progress, 'di ba? In portfolio, it's a compilation of your works, of the child's works, activities, to see if there are really improvement and evidence. So that's learner attainment data. So in our question here, what talks about the personal preference, dislikes, and likes? Okay, that talks about the learner interest. Okay, it's learner interest. Okay, number 4. Okay, let me read some comments. Oh, yung TOR ko po will be released on January 13. Aabot po kaya? Unit earner lang din po. I see po. Um, I still do not know when is the last or when's the deadline for the filing. No, let's try to check po. But I think January 13. Parang abot pa rin po yan. But let's try to check po. Okay? Baka abot pa. Release na sa akin matagal na, kaso may bago akong work simulang January. Kaya parang not sure yet if mag-take ako this March. Again po, do not naman ang last. Okay, January 15. Thank you, Teacher Basti. Pwede pa yan. Yes, pwede pa yan, Teacher Vanessa. But again po, again, preparation in Leap Review Center po, preparation is the best weapon po natin. Kaya, if you feel that you are ready, then you go for it. But if you are doubting, you are not confident, discern po. Still discern. Ha, discern lang po. Kasi again, preparation, iba po talaga yung prepared kayo and confident kayo. Okay? So, yun po. Now, let's go to number 4. You're welcome, Teacher Vanessa. Number 4 po. This refers to the physical setup of the learning environment, which generally includes the arrangement of chairs, tables, and other equipment in the classroom designed to maximize learning. Ano po yan? A. Classroom structure. B. Culturally appropriate teaching strategies. C. Developmentally appropriate learning experience. Or D. Differentiated teaching. Answers, teachers? Letter A. A. Okay, this is actually very easy to identify, teachers. Why? Okay. A, from our teachers. We can underline the physical setup. Physical setup po. That means, okay, classroom structure. No, when we say classroom structure po, it talks about the physical setup, how your chairs are being arranged, the tables, if it's conducive for learning, no, the ventilation, the equipment, if the tables are safe for the pupils, especially grade 1, kindergarten, if there are some edges of the kanang table. So, physical setup, how it is being arranged, it talks about classroom structure. So, in our rationale here, classroom, okay, I have also here. Okay, for the rationale, classroom structure talks about the physical setup. Okay? When we say culturally appropriate teaching strategies, culturally teacher. Culturally meaning, we see, no, for example, sa classroom mo, may Muslim, and the others have the same religion na. When we say culturally appropriate, we do not use in our activities, we do not use the Muslim as an example. For example, teaching some topics, no, that would actually maybe offend them. So we are very keen and observant to that. So if you have for example, you have again Muslim pupil, and then they are not allowed to eat meat, for example, and then sa Christmas party niyo, since it's already Christmas, maglelechon kayo. So that actually already no violates the culturally appropriate activities. So in culturally appropriate teaching strategies, that also means that you should know your pupils. No? You should know them individually. So you respect their cultural differences between and among students and teachers. And again, in culturally appropriate teaching strategies, teachers, it doesn't just really talk about culture. It can be not culture, like generally the culture, the difference between um, Roman Catholic and Muslim, and then or like other religion. But culture can also mean home culture. For example, pupils that came from home that is not really sweet, no, that uses very abusive words, and the pupils from a loving and nurturing family, that can also mean culture. So from that, that's very important to collaborate, no, with the parents, to talk with them, to communicate with them, and to know your pupils, no, individually, because that would actually help us kanang create and offer activities that are culturally appropriate. So we should know their differences. and use it to use or um to to teach them, or maybe for us also to be more um to be more understanding with their behavior, and to know what also the learning activities that are appropriate for them. Okay? Aside from culturally, we have also age appropriate. For example, you have a 5-year-old pupil, or you are a kindergarten teacher. So you should know what are the age appropriate activities. No, hindi yung, for example, you will let them watch Romeo and Juliet, no, a tragic love story. So that's not age appropriate. Okay? Parang may lumabas na ganyan sa board exam ko when I was taking also. So, no, age appropriate, culturally appropriate, and developmentally appropriate. Meron po tayong ganyan, ha, teachers. Oh, here, meron nandito pala. Developmentally appropriate learning experiences. Then this talks about the teaching and learning practices and tasks suited to the needs, abilities, and skills and developmental level of learners. When we say naman po developmentally appropriate, 'di ba, each in every, or we have this different milestone, no? What are the 4-year-old can do, a 5-year-old can do. And so in in the activities that will be um preparing, it should be appropriate to what are the skills that they have already, 'di ba? For example, an infant, no, an infant, no, a 2-year-old, or an infant, a toddler, they still cannot run, but then you have activity that would make them run. So that's not developmentally appropriate, right? So developmentally appropriate po, minamatch natin or ina-align natin yung mga skills, yung mga abilities, and ano na yung kaya ng bata in a developmental milestone. Okay? Next, differentiated teaching and learning. Differentiated teaching po, again, dito na pumapasok yung differentiated learning instruction. So, differentiated teaching, hindi lang po tayo, we give options. Yan lang po yun. Hindi lang tayo nagpo-focus sa isa that would only cater one learning, one learning preference. For example, we just only talk. No, it's very beneficial for auditory learners. How about for the visual learners? Diba po? How about for the kinesthetic learners? So that's what differentiated teaching is all about, catering all students, no, the diversity of the students, regardless of their learning preference. So this is verbatim, the learning processes involving a wide variety of tasks, processes, and products suited to the various learning needs of diverse students. Huh? For example po, if you have, if you want to if you want your students to know if they have understood the topic 7 capital sins. So maybe you can provide options, differentiated teaching. For example, pwede ka po magpa-role play. Pwede ka ring maybe essay, no? Or reaction paper. Something like that. Pwede ring magpa maybe scrapbook or journal. So at least, meron in a role play, kinesthetic, no? In visual, pwede scrapbook. So, sa mga, ano dyan, gusto mag-write, no? We have the essay or the journal. So that's differentiated teaching. No? For the processes, for the product scrapbook. No? Processes, the role play, it's the process. So it actually caters different or the diverse learners. Hindi lang po yung isang preference, di ba? So that's also differentiated teaching instruction or teaching. Okay? You do not focus in one activity only or one teaching strategy, but you also, no, you provide a variety, no, different task, no, that would actually cater different students, diversity of, or the diversity of the students. Okay? Yan po yun. So, again, the physical setup, It's the classroom structure. How your classroom is being arranged. Kasi minsan po ba, minsan 'di ba, um meron talagang classroom na hindi masyadong conducive kasi on how it is being arranged. But if it's arranged maybe differently, that would actually motivate the student, encourage the student more. So classroom structure is very important, teachers. No? Very important. So yan po yan. Physical setup of learning environment. Okay. Teachers got the correct answer. Last item. Okay, this one. This refers to oral or spoken means of transmitting information and meaning. Wow, I think everyone will get the correct answer. A, culturally appropriate teaching strategies. We know that what's this already. B, nonverbal communication strategies. Is it C, verbal communication strategies? Or D, the teaching and learning resources? Ano answer niya, teacher? This refers to the oral or spoken means of transmitting information. A po ba? Wow, very fast naman si Teacher Baste, Teacher Rika, Teacher Vanessa, and Teacher Janet. It's letter? Okay. Ano po? Okay. Can you please type the word that you used as your clue to get that answer? Ano po yung word? Word or words? Sige nga. Yes, teachers. Ano yung word or words na you used? Oral or spoken? Very spoken. Good job po. Yes, no, this talks about verbal communication strategies. Verbal, the use of words, right? The use of mouth. No, oral, spoken. When we say non-verbal, no, it doesn't involve words. It only uses the um facial expressions, gestures, no, and then the culturally appropriate, we know that already, no? Culturally respectful to the learners. Teaching and learning resources or resources, meaning these are your aids, no, the visual aids that will aid you in teaching, no, the materials that you use. What are some teaching and learning resources? We have, for example, the laptop, no, the monitor, the traditional way, the Manila paper, right? No, we just paste the pictures. No, uh, those are teaching and learning resources. Resources, no, things that we use in aiding us in teaching, okay, and aiding our students in learning. So refers to oral and spoken means that talks about verbal communication. Okay? And we are done. How many points did you get? Cheers. Did you all get the correct answer? Again po, you study DepEd order number 4/5. Wow, that's a very big score already, Teacher Rika. No? DepEd Order number 42, series of 2017. Do not forget, no, at least we have talked about this one. So after you study, you read, you watch our video lecture about this one so that you'll be fully equipped. No, this topic, kanang okay na kayo dyan, no? You move on na to another topic. Okay? Kasi actually, to summarize it, we talked about already the document as a whole. No, the domains, the career stages, the glossaries or the words, no, that should be that a teacher should know. So, yun po. Again, PPST po, you study it and then you watch our video lecture. And again, if you haven't enrolled yet, you enroll now in our review center. Kasi again, sa LEAP, PT ka na at malaking chance pa na maging top notcher ka pa. So again, okay? Bye-bye, teachers!